Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros.
Shoots, he scores!
On today's video, we're going to take a look at the potential first overall prospect for the 2025 NHL Draft, Michael Misa. And if you want to see some scouting reports on some of the other prospects in this draft class, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube. I have a bunch there and more to come. And if there's a prospect that you'd like to see a scouting report on, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to fit as many as I can before the draft, so tell me who you want to see a video on. And please smash that subscribe and like button. I'd like to hit that 12,000 subscriber mark, so please help me in reaching that. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Michael Misa plays for the Saginaw Spirit in the OHL. He's 6'1", 185 pounds. He's a left shot center, and let me tell you something. The kid is loaded with skill. In terms of draft rankings, NHL Central Scouting has him at number 3 for North American skaters. I'm sure that might change come their new release. McKean's at 2. TSN Bob McKenzie at 3. He hasn't released one in a while too. Elite Prospects at 3. And the Hockey News got him as the first overall prospect. And if you want to see some numbers, check this out. This year in the OHL, he had 134 points in 65 games, 62 goals, 72 assists. Yeah, the kid is a dynamic offensive threat for sure. Now, in terms of the OHL and draft prospects, he is number 5 behind Connor McDavid, Patrick Kane, ahead of Mitch Marner, Matthew Tkachuk, John Tavares. Like, check out the list. And he is number 5 on this list. So, very good company for sure. Okay, and as always, we're going to check out his skating, his shooting, his passing, his puck control, his compete level, and what he needs to improve upon. So the first thing is his skating, and you're going to see that Michael Misa can wheel around the ice. Like, check out this just burst of speed right out of the D zone and onto a breakaway. Like, come on, like he's just flying out there. Yeah, he's really good mechanically and uses it well. Let me tell you something. His pace. We'll talk about that later when we talk about compete. But he just trucks around the ice nonstop, all game long, every game. Like, look at this. Just to the outside, gone. See you later. And the hands. Yeah, the hands. So, you know what? You're in terms of skating, he is a very, very talented skater. And his four-way mobility is really good. Edge work, like, he's got it all, actually, in terms of skating. You got to remember, he's 6'1" and 190 pounds. So for him to be able to be so nimble on the ice is very impressive. And, you know, in terms of prospects, you love a kid who can skate. That's always a bonus in terms of drafting. All right, shooting. Yeah, he got 62 goals in 65 games. So let me tell you something. Boom, he can wire a puck. Holy moly. Did you see that release on the fly? Little cup release. Oh my God. That shot. Yeah, him and Zane Perek together were very dynamic. That's a dynamic duo right there. But he can shoot a puck for sure. Like, the power, the accuracy, he's got it all. That release, you're going to see in a couple of clips, he's got the toe drag release is really, really impressive. But yeah, you know what? He can shoot a puck and definitely is a bonus when you have a prospect who can shoot and pass. We're going to talk about his passing, his playmaking in a bit. But yeah, he's just got a great, powerful shot. His high-end release with great power and accuracy. And you know what? The nice thing is he can use his skating and his agility and smooth stick handling to get into those shooting lanes and drop that shot. Like, look at this one right here. See that little toe drag and then the release? One-timer? Yep. Put that up on the list too. Great one-timer as well. Just a threat offensively. Like, look at that thing. Wow. So shooting is very high-end when we're talking about Michael Misa. So definitely watch out when he's on the ice. Passing, great playmaker. And the reason why he's a great playmaker, like, look at that. Just reads the ice really well. Has great hockey IQ. He's always processing. He's processing the ice, processes it very fast, I guess you could say. So he knows how to read the ice well and find spaces to open up passing options for his teammates. So Like look at that. That's a no look pass right there. He knew where his teammate was. So he's got that sensibility, I guess you could say, on the ice. And when you have a dual threat, when you have a player who can shoot the puck and he can also pass. Now watch this one right here. Hard work. And then look at that. Falling down and he gets the pass off. Like, come on. Yeah, you know what? I'm excited to see him. He's potentially going to be in the U18s this year. Now, he missed the last game in the playoffs because of a low back injury, but they're saying that depending on how he heals, he may be available for the U18s. Now, that would be a huge advantage for Team Canada. But you see this little short pass right here? These are, I always say those little short passes. People don't realize how important those short passes are, especially like, say, breakouts and stuff like that. But he knew Chernyshov was coming in, and he just dished it off perfectly there. Puck control. Guess what? Kid's got some hands. And you're going to see it right here. This was in the playoffs last year, and I wanted to show this clip because that was unreal. Did you see this shows everything. The hands, the vision, the skating. Do you see that little C cut there? He just, oh my God. And then the shot. This clip basically shows all the skills that Michael Misa has. He's got guys all over him. And then that little space over the goalie's shoulder, he buries it. Come on. And then same thing here. Look at this. Toe drag. And then just buries it. Yeah, the skating helps. You know, great stick handlers typically are great skaters. There's some exceptions where, you know, like say an Andrew Cristal who has, you know, great hands, not the greatest skater. But when you're a great skater, and if you got good hands, you know, think of Connor McDavid, and you can do that all in one, that's scary. Here's the same thing. This is another example of the stick handling, the skating. I showed this clip in the passing section, but you kind of see, you get an idea of the whole, like, see how he's scanning, reads the play, no look pass to Chernyshov again. Those two were dynamic together. Oh my God. Chernyshov and Misa, like, what a tandem. And then same thing here, toe drag, and boom. Didn't score, but did you see the toe drag release? Like, look at this. Yow. Love it. Very, very offensively gifted for sure. All right, compete. Now, you know, most offensive players, you kind of, you worry about their compete level and, you know, how they work on the ice and stuff like that, but he gets away with it. He is a hard worker on the ice. His pace is unreal. Like, he does not stop when he's on the ice. His pace is great. He uses contact to gain leverage over opposing players. And ultimately, it leads to takeaways. Like, this is like, watch him. 1-on-3. 1-on-3, and he ends up scoring. Watch the close-up on this one. This is the epitome of hard work. So he comes in, pressures the D there, you know, pushes him off the puck, uses his body, this, you know, great balance, and then scores. Like, that is some compete right there. And, you know, great on the forecheck. Like, look at this. Guys all over him. And then that hockey IQ to get the pass off to his teammate coming in, and they score. So, yeah, you know, he's great on the forecheck due to his non-stop pace and always forcing plays and creating steals. Also finishes his checks. That's another thing. And he doesn't shy away from incoming physical plays. So here again, look at that. Body check, boom. And then he gets the puck, and they get a scoring chance. All right, so things that he needs to improve upon. There's not many weaknesses to his game. However, at times, tries a little too much. And I think that those high-end players, they try a little too much. We'll see that in traffic. There are too many players to get by. And same thing here. You're going to see he's going to try a little too much. You know, sometimes the easy play is the best play, and he gets it taken away there. And then you're going to see this one here. You know, he's trying to pass it through three guys, and it gets intercepted. But, I mean, I like players who take chances. I mean, as long as it's not leading to, you know, goals and stuff like that. And then this one here, he's going to kind of give up on the play. You know, he loses his pace a little bit on this one, and then they get a scoring chance. If he would have worked a little bit hard, he would have stopped that guy potentially. But for the most part, not too many weaknesses in his game. So his strengths, offensive upside, I mean, we've seen it, the progression. 75 points last year. This past year, 132 points. So you know what? Just an offensively gifted player. Passing, shooting, everything. His skating is top notch, and you love to see that in a 6'1" player. His compete pace is unreal. Always trucking out there, motoring around the ice, not afraid of the physicality too. His okay, what he needs to work on. So, forcing plays just tries a little too much, but I mean, that, that'll come with some maturing and, learning that you can, sometimes the easy play is the best play. His defensive lapses at time, very, very minor though, for the most part. I mean, you know what? There's not too many weaknesses in his game. I love his overall game, and I've watched him for 3 years in a row. And in my opinion, first or second in this draft, 100%. I can't see him slipping out of the top 2. If he does, I'll be very surprised, because how do you get away from a 6'1", great skating, offensively gifted centerman? Very hard to pass up. So we'll see what happens come lottery. But yeah, that's what I think of Michael Misa. And like I said, hit that subscribe and like button. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.